Good morning, everybody. I'm Dan Silver, and this is Observer Radio News. It's 9:30, and I don't know about you, but it's about 9 hours and 30 minutes too early for me. It's a chilly 6 degrees with sunny skies for most of the day. And now, here's our top story. Yesterday, Stephen Harper said Canada will not fund abortions as part of its G8 child maternal health plan for poor countries. This may be a problem since the U.S. and other G8 partners have allowed abortions as part of the maternal health plan. While most people are impressed Harper can actually make a decision instead of following the American in-crowd, unfortunately it came at the expense of the rights and freedoms of hundreds of millions of women all across the world. In local news, a 79-year-old man was left to fend for himself while passengers stood by watching him get mugged in a subway. It happened on Saturday evening, but police have just received security footage of the incident. It shows the man attempt to reach the passenger emergency alarm while people on the subway just sat there and watched. Nobody was harmed and the suspects are still at large. To all the people who were on that subway, I can understand if you were afraid and aren't exactly sure what to do in this kind of situation. But when an old man reaches for an emergency button while being robbed, you think maybe you can get up and help him push it? I know it's difficult giving up your seat when you fought so hard shoving old ladies out of the way to get it, but maybe somebody else can hold it for you. Just not people who watch old men getting mugged, of course. And finally, a national holiday we can all celebrate. After an Iranian cleric publicly blamed women for causing natural disasters and earthquakes by not wearing proper clothing, over 80,000 women across the globe walked the streets in tight shirts to celebrate Boob Day. And sure enough, as God's my witness, yesterday there was an earthquake in Taiwan, and not just in men's pants. And this just in, monks all across the world have renounced their religion and is starting a new one, which they say will bring enlightenment to the whole world. It's called boobism. Now that I have all the guys' attention, it's time for sports. The Montreal Canadiens stunned Washington last night with a 4-1 victory, with Yaroslav Halak leading the way with 53 saves. All you Montreal fans must be drooling like a rabbi on a smoked meat sandwich, because it's time for one of the most exciting games in hockey, Game 7. Or as they say in French, Game le 7. I never really took French class. And the Blue Jays lost to the Red Sox in an absolute nail-biter 13-12. The Sox had a 5-0 lead after 4 innings, but the Jays came back with 6 runs in the bottom half. Toronto made it a 1-run game, but failed to complete the comeback in the ninth. I gotta tell you, if Toronto sports fans weren't so accustomed to losing, they probably would have been upset. Somehow, losing by just 1 run almost feels like a win. Almost. Last night in Australia, which makes that this morning, not sure about the time zone thing, thousands of girls caused a stampede at a Justin Bieber concert, sending at least 8 girls to the hospital. The stampede was caused by a rumor that Bieber arrived early and was somewhere in the vicinity. The concert was then cancelled. Can you imagine what 50,000 screaming girls sound like? I can't even get one girl to scream my name, and it doesn't stop until I put my shirt back on. And that's all for the Toronto Observer Radio. I'm Dan Silver, and that's news to me.